Once upon a time, what Wall Street now calls shareholder value was considered fraud. If a company used its own money to boost its stock price, that wasn't financial genius, it was manipulation. Executives could be arrested, companies fined, reputations ruined. But today, it's the opposite. Stock buybacks. When a company buys, its own shares have become the backbone of corporate America. They push markets higher, inflate CEO bonuses, and quietly transfer trillions to shareholders without creating a single new product or job. So how did something once illegal become the heart of modern capitalism? It started with a collapse. In the 1920s, markets were like casinos, executives secretly buying their own stock to fake success. When the crash came in 1929, those same tricks made it worse. To rebuild trust, President Franklin D. Roosevelt created the SEC in 1934 and banned companies from manipulating their own stock prices. For the next 50 years, America grew without buybacks. Corporations invested profits into factories, research, and workers. CEOs were builders, not traders. Then came the 1970s, and one new idea: economist Milton Friedman declared that the only job of business was to increase shareholder value. By the 1980s, under Ronald Reagan, Wall Street rose again and companies wanted faster ways to raise stock prices. In 1982, the SEC quietly passed Rule 10b-18, giving companies legal permission to buy back their own shares without being accused of manipulation. No debate. No headlines, just one rule, and capitalism changed forever. Before 1982, buybacks were rare. After that, they exploded billions, then trillions. Of the trick was simple. Fewer shares mean higher earnings per share. Even if total profit stays the same, stock prices rise, and so do executive bonuses. No new jobs, no innovation, just accounting magic. By 2018, companies were spending more on buybacks than on building anything new. The richest 10% who own most of the stocks the most gained. 19 workers' wages stagnated, while CEOs became richer than ever. The system that once outlawed manipulation now depends on it to survive. What was once fraud is now called efficiency. But buybacks don't build the future. They just make decline look like success. Because when appearances matter more than progress, and profit matters more than purpose, collapse isn't a question of if, it's only a question of when. If this gave you a new perspective, hit subscribe, because history doesn't repeat itself. It just rebrands.